So, uh, so this is my WalkAway video, or mosey away. I'm not sure what you would call it. I'm gonna smoke, if you don't mind. I'm also gonna drink, if you don't mind. So I always thought differently. I was raised to think differently. One of the first things my father ever taught me was to question authority and to not really believe anybody. And that's worked to my advantage for most of my life, for pretty much all of my life. I'm a pretty critical thinker. But I was always under the impression that the Democrats, the liberals, were on our side. They wanted free people. They wanted equality. That was the narrative. And I believed it for most of my life, my teenage years. I believed it. And I was never political. I considered myself an anarchist in high school. I was into punk rock, heavy metal, And I just didn't really give a shit because, so swearing, I'm going to have to work on that. That's going to be a struggle for me. So hopefully you'll let that one slide. I never really believed anybody was on our side. I never really believed that either party really cared about, people like my father, my mother, my grandparents. It didn't seem to ever work out that way, no matter who was president. I remember when I was in middle school, and oh God, it must have been George Bush Sr. at the time that was nominated to be president, and everybody my age, as immature as we were and as uneducated as we were at the time, we all seemed to have a unanimous consensus that there was going to be a World War III because a Republican was in office, and there couldn't really be anything worse for the country than that. And I remember that pretty vividly. And I don't know why, and nobody ever explained it to us, but that was the belief in the liberal town that I grew up in. It was very white bread. It was middle to upper middle class, 99% white, but it was a liberal community nonetheless. Which was endearing. They seemed to be open to everybody. They seemed to be very accepting to all races, as long as they didn't live there, all sexualities, as long as they didn't have to deal with them. Typical affluent white suburban America. And I never bought it. Everybody just seemed to be full of shit. Fast forward many, many years, 2014. I'm a carpenter. I work in construction. I work in commercial construction. And Obama was up for election. And I remember I was working in Cape Cod, building a hospital, and one of the guys on the job site from a different trade just made an announcement for whoever was listening. Can you believe there's a black guy running for president? And I remember saying, just to offend somebody, just to be a joker, I remember saying, I'll vote when it's a black woman with huge boobs. That's when I'll vote, because that's the change that this country needs. And I was joking, but I was only half joking. I always wanted to see drastic change in this country. I always wanted to see something that nobody ever thought could exist. That's what I wanted. But I at the time, I wasn't political. 2014, I think I was 23, I still wasn't political. I didn't really care. And he was elected, and everything was fine. Nothing seemed to change. Nothing really changed at all. It was, hope and change and all that. And I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but nothing seemed to change for me personally. Nothing seemed to get worse. Nothing seemed to get better. It was just par for the course, which is what I expected politics to be, and which is what they usually are. Until the 2016 elections, when Trump took America and beat it like a scrambled egg. It was absolutely hilarious. It was insane. I loved every minute of it. I didn't vote for him. I voted independent, but it was just amazing. The true nature that he brought out of everybody, the true nature that he brought out of the Democratic Party, which I had believed were the accepting party. They were the party of the people. They were the party of the minorities. They were the party of the poor. They were the party of everybody. And all of a sudden, they became absolutely insane. They became a hate group, and it kind of blew me away. It was like nothing I had ever seen before. And I've always kind of liked the bad guy in movies, and Trump immediately became the bad guy, and I became, endeared to that kind of quality, that everybody hates this guy. So what's he about? Like I had to know, so I started doing some homework, and the truth is what the truth is. You guys know what it is. It's insane. He was wildly admired through his entire life, through his entire career, until he decided to get into politics, and all of a sudden he's Hitler, he's the devil. So the only thing that I really wanted to share was that the only thing that I am having a difficult time connecting with among the WalkAway movement is that more than not, I'm hearing that you're connecting with this group because of your religious beliefs, because of your conservative beliefs. You don't believe in abortion. You are God-fearing people, and that's all well and good. I'm not. I'm an atheist, and I believe in abortion. I believe everybody should be, have the right to choose. And I'm with you guys. And I just want people to know that there are people that aren't religious, that there are people that do believe in a woman's right to choose, that are standing with you. And I know that's not a conservative value. I don't have to be, I don't have to be what they say I have to be. I can be my own person, and I don't know if I would consider myself purely Republican, but I'm definitely more conservative than anything else. And I just want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing, and it's wonderful, and keep it up. Thank you.